So this is his first time I've attempted taking him out of his pen. Just taking it slow, letting him take a few steps forward. I will back him up a little bit each time he gets a little bit farther out of the gate, just to gain his confidence a little bit more. A few times I've had some horses try and go out of the gate for the first time, and then they get all the way out and freak out and panic and take off. So I like to take it slow like this, ask them to back up a few steps once they go forward, and then keep asking for forward motion. So the only thing from that last video was I walked him back into the pen and then walked him back out. And then this is right after that, just started walking him around. I always like to make sure that they go right back in their pen fine, because sometimes they're weird, forget that they've gone through it. So I like to take them in and out of their pen a few times before I start actually just walking them around. You see right there, he kind of got nervous and spun around real quick, but didn't really pull or take off or do anything crazy. He, for the most part, walks around great. He was a little slow and hesitant, but that's normal. He really walked great for his first time out. When I start working on lunging or sending them any direction outside of the pen, I don't ask for much. I only want them to take 1 or 2 steps and then pull them right back to me. If you ask them to fully lunge in a circle, they will take off. That is way too much freedom for these horses right off the bat. So starting out lunging, it's always just a few steps at a time. And I try and switch it up, asking for the left and the right side. And once he starts to get a little softer in my hands, I'll ask for a couple more steps. I'm trying not to create too much energy. I'm asking with my hand first, clucking a little bit, and then creating some energy with that lead rope. I don't think I ever actually even touch him with swinging it. Just swinging it is enough energy to get him to start moving around. If he pulls back or pulls on me at all, I don't make a big deal about it. I just try and hold steady pressure and make sure I give him a really big release when he does move forward. I love sending exercises over anything, through anything, in between things. It just really shows, where the horse is at with control. He picked this up pretty easy. This is the first time that he actually stopped up on top, so I made sure to reward him for it, let him take a break, pause, breathe up there, so he knew that was a good thing. This is his first bath, and I like doing it out in the open so he can move around. If he's not comfortable with it, I want them to move around, and then when they relax, I will take the water away. And when I first start spraying them, I just spray the air, let them kind of get comfortable with it, and then I'll go to spray them. Right here, my hose got kind of tangled up, so I had to stop before I actually wanted to. But then I went right back to spraying him, and he catches on pretty quick. It was pretty warm today, and so he was kind of hot and sweaty. So I think he pretty quickly realized that getting hosed down feels really good. Some people have asked me, why don't you just hard tie him and hose him off, let him get used to it that way? I don't like doing that because they end up pulling really hard. They can completely freak out. I don't want them to hurt anything, break anything, and have it be a traumatic experience. So I think, right here, he's already starting to calm down quite a bit. He's still a little nervous when I spray his feet, but he's already started to calm down a lot. This guy is another horse that I tip trained. My neighbor actually adopted him, and I'm saddle breaking him. This is by far the coolest and most handy trick to ever teach a horse. It just takes so much pressure off of their back from mounting on the ground. This is ride 8, so we're still figuring out his legs underneath me, but he's starting to move off of my leg. He's starting to get a little bit softer. This was one that threw his head up anytime I just barely touched his mouth. I did a lot of flexing from the ground and with the halter and everything, flex from the ground with the bit, and then just transitioning up on his back. His go-to is to kind of throw his head up. But he's getting a lot softer. This is night and day difference from even the ride before this, getting control and figure eights. I've been terrible at documenting his progress. So I think I'm going to try and just add him on to all the future videos so I can keep track of his progress and you guys can see too.